Today, for the first time in years, I'm going to be giving you guys an inside look at my personal card collection. We're going to start with some of the more expensive cards I currently have in my inventory that I carry around to shows with. Then we're going to move into my personal collection that I'm sure some of you guys want to at least see briefly. My main PC is, and then after that, probably the most fun part, you guys are going to be seeing my long-term investments that are also, once again, part of my collection stuff I like to collect, but there's some heavy hitters in there that you're definitely not going to want to miss. Alrighty, so let's just start it off with the a lot of the cards I'm carrying around with me. First off, we got this JJ McCarthy. Going into next season, I think there's a lot of hype around him. This is an FOTL Platinum out of 3. That's a pretty cool rookie right there. These ones aren't really my collection, so I guess this is just stuff I travel around to shows with recently, so we'll just kind of fly through. Messi, PSA 10 auto out of 9. Unlicensed, but just a really cool looking card. I mean, I try not to take for granted, like, I get a little numb being a dealer and doing this as my job, but there was days where I dreamed of just owning any Messi auto, so that's why this video is kind of fun. I'm gonna get to pause and kind of appreciate what we have too. Trevor Lawrence, I love patches. That's a cool card. We have this Ricky Persale. I think I got it right. I get made fun of for the pronunciation, but I'm a big Niners fan, so like this stuff, I'm not gonna sit here and do a video of just showing you my whole inventory. I just wanted to show some of these because these are genuinely cards that I would keep in my collection, but it is my job right now. So there is a certain pile of stuff that I do have available, but actually after this, pretty much none of this stuff is available. But I still thought this would be fun for you guys to see. Erling Haaland, Topps Finest rookie. When I first got into soccer cards, this was one of my dream cards, so that's really cool. We got a Tua Explosive Gold. I can't really afford Kaboom Gold, so this is what I have to buy, but I think that's a cool card. Once again, same thing with the Messi. Like, I dreamed of having a Curry auto. I don't know what exactly this is. It's from rookie year. I think it's just an in-person auto, but it's numbered out of 500, so it's a cool card to have. This Otani PSA 1010 monster. Awesome card. Drake May, Green Prism. This is out of 5. And Lewis 2020 Chrome Aqua at 99 variation. Once again, this video, it's a little self-indulgent, and usually I don't like doing that on the channel, but I wanted to show off today, and these are more just inventory cards, but I was like, wow, this is cool that I own all these cards, so that was fun. But that's, like I said, that was self-indulgent. That was a little braggy there with the inventory, even though there's people who have way nicer cards than me. The rest of it is my personal collection and stuff I'm holding for the long term, so you guys will like that. A lot of you guys here on the channel know my main PC is John Collins. And that's what got me into the hobby, was wanting to buy John Collins cards, and this was one of the first cards I ever bought. And graded it myself. I was so excited. Out of 10, rookie gold auto. I thought I was gonna retire on this card one day, but still, regardless, I did just want it, and it's really cool. I like autos, I like gold. These are just kind of random ones I've accumulated. I love Prism Golds. 101 Nike patch there. Another 101. And you'll notice I still have more PC, I have more John Collins cards and stuff, but I mentioned it in another video. I found for collecting, for me, I enjoy it a lot more when I just have a couple high-end cards that I really like, rather than, there's definitely, I grew up with a binder and stuff like that, but I find a lot more joy, you guys will see, just having a few nicer cards of players or teams I really like. So going off on the John Collins thing, here's my Wake Forest PC. We played together. I've mentioned this a million times, but some of you guys might be new. We played together at Wake Forest on the basketball team, so definitely have to PC him, but I also have to just PC all the here, we got to call this out specifically first. This is my Grail card. John Collins, flawless, 1/1 Wake Forest on-card auto, 2017 rookie. If there's what do they say? If there's a fire in your house, what card are you grabbing? This is the one. Just incredible with the black on black, awesome. So, but yeah, a bunch of other Randolph Childress. He was my coach, legend. Another one of these John Collins autos. I think my guy Ben gave that to me, actually, so shout out to him. We got some, Greg Dortch was there with me. I think he's actually getting some run in the NFL. He's also a pretty good hooper. Sage Surratt, another John Collins gold, but yeah, and cool Wake Forest patch cards like this is just, I don't know. This is what I love to collect. And we'll fly through here because I know a lot of you guys are gonna wanna see kind of like my long-term investments and stuff. So maybe you're not super interested in my PC, but man, I do have it at least organized, which I think is kind of cool. I have them in sections. So this is my soccer PC. Hopefully that light. Now you guys can, it's okay if one card is covered up. This is the stuff I have here. I don't even think it's all gonna fit. Should have actually done it by player, but Christian Teo is my favorite player of all time. I collect former Barcelona Academy products. I'm even wearing his LAFC jersey, which is kind of cool. So I have a ton of his stuff, his 101s. What did I upgraded of him? Yeah, here, right here. And also it was growing up FIFA. So, okay, I'll tell the story really quickly. I grew up playing FIFA and I loved playing with Barcelona, but I was actually pretty good at FIFA. So my friends didn't want to let me be Barcelona. So I said, you know what? I'll beat you with their B team. Their B team was so good they used to be in FIFA. And Christian Teo was on that team. So that kind of made me fall in love with him as a player. And another guy who was on that team actually the next year was Jared De La Feu. I have all these golds right here. Just cool looking cards. Jack Harrison played at Wake Forest when I was there. Now he's in the Premier League, so that's pretty cool. Areola, he's a, is this a 101? It is a 101. He's a Filipino goalkeeper, so that was cool. More Jack Harrison, De La Feu. Garrett Holtman plays for the Philippines actually, and then obviously shout out my guy Tosin, card collector. So I thought that was cool. And last ones really quickly before we get to the heavy hitters. You know what? I shouldn't even apologize. I am excited to show off my cards. So I will still be conscious of your guys' time, but I want to show them off. Another one of my teammates, Cody Miller McIntyre, great guy. Playing in the Euro League now. I was really excited when they released this set. It's cool. Just the prisms, black hole. I have a ton of his cards actually, but not all of them are out. John Wolford, he was the quarterback at Wake Forest when I was there, and he's actually surprisingly had a really nice NFL career. Cracked ice rookie ticket here. Man, I just remember too distinctly with him, like people always ask me like, oh, did people do your guys' homework in college as an athlete or whatever? And at certain colleges, I know that happens, but I remember at Wake, me and John were both doing finance together. And I remember distinctly, like there was a week where we were doing like the Excels and stuff in the library till like 1 a.m. Not because we were athletes, just because calling me an athlete is a little bit of a stretch, but just because we were just grinding and we were both happened to be in the same major. So that was cool. Cool to have cracked ice there. Duncan Robinson, big inspiration for me as a basketball player, was a late bloomer, played Division III basketball, and then got went to a school that was looking at me and ended up making, I think he's probably gonna make over $100 million in the NBA. So he was a big inspiration. I was a late bloomer as well. And then Dinos, my other buddy who I played with at Wake Forest, plays with Giannis on the Greek national team. This is his 1-of-1. We used to play 1-on-1 against each other. Like every off day of basketball, we would go play 1-on-1, just work out together. So man, this is fun. This makes me happy seeing this card right here. But now probably what you guys really want to see, the heavy hitters. Well, I do have to make one note. My entire personal collection there of not the inventory stuff, but just like the Wake Forest and soccer and stuff, that cost me like $2,000. Obviously that's a significant amount of money, but there's a lot of talk of how, the hobby is so expensive and it's ridiculous. And it is, but that's the cost of one hobby box. If you stay focused on what you want to buy and you wait for at least somewhat good deals and just are intentional with what you want to collect, I do want to get that point across that I think for an amount of money that's attainable, you can end up having a crazy collection. So that's my little soapbox moment, but let's get back to what you guys want to see. This one isn't as, I haven't really divided this up as well. Let's see if I can kind of put the cards together. Okay, I think I got it. What's gonna make sense here. So these are kind of my long-term basketball hold / personal collection. Once again, you'll notice there's a heavy Wake Forest theme. We got these Tim Duncan black refractors. I really like 2003 Chrome too. That's what got me into the hobby. This gold that's an awesome card. I really just like both of these. These are awesome. And then we have another just black refractor out of 500. Just thought that was cool. And then I also really like Tracy McGrady. growing up, and I was like, I have to have at least one 90s basketball card. So I'm a man of culture. I feel like everyone in the hobby is like a 90s basketball head. So I was like, you know what, let me just pick this up. I like the card anyway, so that's cool. And then this is cool because I bought this in the Philippines actually when I was playing basketball over there. And I graded it, like, it's just hella random that I just happened to find this. So CP3 autograph, really, really like that. That's not a crazy amount of value. I think where I've put, should we just go for, let's just go for some big boys right here. How about that? Now, if that's not a sight to see, I don't know what is. And especially nowadays, like, this stuff has gone crazy recently. So first, this was always my grails. Like, when I got into the hobby, it took me a little bit to kind of figure out what's what, as we all do. Once I kind of realized the significance of this set, and more importantly just saw it, I'm like, I need these two cards, especially the blue color match with the Messi, red color match with the Ronaldo. I mean, these are just incredible. Out of 149 and out of 199. I know the Messi, once again, it's not for sale. Let's make that clear. I want to say the Messi at this point has got to be around 10K at least. I know I'm not calling out the values for all of the cards, but the big boys here I kind of want to. And the Ronaldo's got to be around, I mean, it's lower numbered, so I think it's maybe 8K-ish, 7.5. Maybe that's a little ambitious, but I don't know. These are just, once again, I think I mentioned earlier, the John Collins 101 I'm grabbing, and then I think these are the next two. If all I was left with was these two and that John Collins card, I would be a happy collector. But just because why not? Also have the Pele gold with it. Out of 10. If this was imagine if this was a true, like the true portrait, this is an insert, but I love 2014 Prism, and these are, I just feel really good for the long term with these, and it just makes me happy looking at these. So these will definitely be staying in the collection for a long time. One here, I'll add, I mean, this, I won't lie, this is a little bit of a flex. Once again, I'm not like a super high-end collector, but I think this just looks great. These Pele I got recently. I'm into it for such a good price that I think realistically I will be moving this one soon, just because I like Flawless, but it just doesn't quite, I don't know. It sells for a lot. I think I just need to take the cash. But for now, having these all together, I think this is going to be a cool snapshot in time. And hey, maybe 10 years from now, I'll look back and be like, man, I wish I wouldn't have sold the Pele, but we'll see. These are awesome. Next up, you know what? Let's not bore him too much with the soccer. We'll do, I mean, this is also just a great card. Barry Bonds. His stuff has actually been going crazy lately. I got this for a really good number, I think. I got this for $600, I think. It's numbered to, I don't know if it's numbered on here. Okay, you know what? I'm not even gonna speak on something I don't know for sure, but it's a Topps Finest Gold Refractor. Oh, that's what it is. Missing serial number. I think it's supposed to be out of 50. I'm not knowledgeable on this card, I'll be honest, but it is just beautiful. This is my childhood. I grew up going to Giants games, and once again, I gotta have a little culture to me, so having this as kind of a cornerstone in the collection, I'm not gonna be selling this. I think especially because I don't really gravitate towards baseball cards. They don't usually like capture my attention like that, but this one did, so it's just great. Especially, let's pair it up. I think it looks good. I love gold. I love collecting gold. Like the Duncan with the gold BGS, it's great. So I love this Barry Bonds card right here. What else do we have? Actually, we still have some heavy hitters left. I'm acting like we don't. We haven't even showed the most expensive card yet. I'm also big into 2017 Chrome, 2014 Prism, 2017 Chrome is kind of what I collect. Got the Ronaldo and Messi's. I probably need to crack this Messi, RIP SGC. But I like these. Had to get the refractors together. Just cool cards. The Ronaldo I really like. I want to get a gold 2017 Chrome, and I had a Ronaldo at one point, and then I sold it like right when I got into the hobby. That was a mistake. I think I may have missed the boat on that, but you know what? I always say the market is so hot right now, but you'll always have another opportunity to buy. And I think that'll come for me on those golds. We also, believe it or not, have some Pokemon. I always wanted this Ho-Oh card when I was a kid. I don't like the CSG 8.5, so I'll have to upgrade or do something else with this at some point, but it is kind of cool to have. And then this, I don't even know. Pokemon heads rip me. I think it's called Long Crimp. Is that the word? Here's some Pokemon that kind of reminds me of my childhood. I'm never gonna get heavy into Pokemon. I don't think I'm ever gonna buy and sell it, me personally, but just for stuff I like I'll just, I got this as a gift actually, and this one wasn't even that expensive. I was like, let's just throw it in the case, and maybe down the road, it definitely makes me happy looking at it, and maybe down the road. That's kind of how I look at my collection, right? I think everyone is to an extent split between investor and collector. My ideal cards to buy, if I'm spending big money, like I know my John Collins collection isn't gonna be worth anything one day, but if I'm gonna be spending big money, I like it to be stuff that makes me happy, but also down the road, it could be worth more, but I'm also not counting on it like it's like my stock portfolio or something. I think that's, in my opinion, a healthy way to look at cards. The last little group is gonna be the most expensive ones that have a good story behind it, so might as well knock out these. We have a Messi that's just kind of cool. I even forgot I had this, so that was cool. Cruyff, just old school, obviously a Barcelona legend. This Xavi is nasty. I just got this at the National. Crazy patches. I might end up selling this one in particular. The Messi Gold. I got this from my buddy Brian, Sunday League Investors. It was our first deal in Vegas together, and then years later, like I'm in his wedding and we're close and stuff. I mean, I don't know. It just... This is embarrassing. I know I'm gonna get clipped or sent this by John or someone that I'm gushing about Brian here, but it is more importantly just the friendships that come from the hobby. That's what this card reminds me of, and it's also just cool to have a Messi Gold card. But speaking of Messi, now we're getting to the most expensive part of my collection. Also just a gold Ronaldo that I forgot to show. That's pretty cool. But the most expensive part of my collection, should we just lay them all out together? I guess we might as well. All the Messi rookie cards. Beautiful. We'll get to the big boy. We'll start with these ones. You know how they say, like, I think it's mostly with gambling, so maybe this isn't a good example, but they say in gambling, or like the people who get addicted to stuff, they have a really good experience the first time they do it. And that's what happened to me with like the profit stuff of sports cards. So I was just kind of getting into it casually and just kind of collecting. But then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this, try to make a little money with this. And I found these Messi rookie cards in a Facebook group in Mexico. And I bought them raw. I was like into the hobby for like 4 or 5 months at this point. Bought them, shipped them to me, graded them with PSA, and then I got a 9, a 9, and an 8. And just know that is like ridiculous for buying Messi rookie cards raw. They don't grade well. It's just ridiculous. And at the time, I bought them for like $600. I think it was below 1,000. I wish I remember. It was like 700 total or something, and it was ridiculous, man. Granted, a little time passed, so they went up, but it was worth like 6K, and like 5K. I'm gonna be off on the exact numbers, but it had to be, because I know at one point the 9s got up to like almost, my brother sold one for 7K, I think. So let's just say it was 10K plus, right? I turned $1,000 into 10K plus, and I was just like, what the heck is this hobby? I've been chasing the dragon ever since. But more importantly, it shows, if it was all about the money, I would have just sold them. But I was like, you know what? I love these cards. I'm just gonna hold on to them. They've come down a lot since then, but then now they're also back up. But I don't know. I don't think I'll ever sell these because you can see right here, actually, there you go. Yeah, you can see I graded them myself. They're all sequentially numbered. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. I probably won't ever sell these. I just think it's awesome. It's a part of my history. It's part of my hobby story. It's cool. And then we'll let these dance in the background right here while I bring in the real big boy. Messi rookie cards. Probably the question I get asked the most. What's the most expensive card in your collection? It is this one. Messi Mega Cracks BGS 8.5. BGS, you notice there's actually a solid amount of BGS in the collection. I wish I would have bought PSA here because I would have been in a lot better financial situation. I bought this one back in, was this 2020? I think it was, or 2021, whatever it was. I bought this at like the peak, and it came down a ton, and I just held on to it. I think it's a cool card, and now I'm at the point, so I bought this for $20,000. And let it rip in the comments down below. I know that was a tough purchase, but now I think it might be worth more than that. We'll see. Once again, I definitely wanted to take, I'm calling out anything that I'll sell. I'll make sure to make a note of it. This one I'm considering letting go. I know, because I didn't grade it myself. It's just, you know, it kind of haunted me for a little bit because it was a bad financial decision, but it is cool that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. We won't make this a waffle video, but regardless, I'm really happy to have this particular one in the collection with the Messis. This is stuff you hold on to and don't worry about too much, but we'll see. We'll definitely check in. We'll do another collection video soon, and then we'll see what changes. Thank you guys for watching. That was awesome. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe down below. We'll see you next time. Peace.